So here's the kind of questions you're going to get to begin with. Just what's happening, and then is it a rigid motion or not? You can actually answer this question first when it asks that. Okay, so if it asks if it's a rigid motion or not, all it matters is it's the same size and the same shape. All right. So I can also try to figure out what it is and tell from that, but I can look right at this and say, yes, it's a rigid motion. And I'm just going to be simple here. Same size and shape. All right, same size and shape. So now I got to figure out how the heck did ABC get onto KMP? So if I look at it, it kind of looks like it might be a translation. It kind of looks like it might be a reflection, possibly. So let's look at what the letters do. All right, so if you have not seen this before, and I don't think you have, I'm going to line these letters up like that. And that means that A has to end up at K. Okay, and it means that M has to end up at B. And it means that C has to end up at P. So now if I think that that's possibly a translation where it would go like down or whatever, it's not going to work because this blue point C right here is going to go down and it's going to end up like down here someplace. And the yellow point's going to appear there backwards. So that's not going to work. So that's kind of a clue into that it's definitely not a translation. So maybe it's a reflection. So if there's a line that goes right down the middle of these two triangles, then it's a reflection. Best case scenario for a reflection is it's one of the axes. And if I highlight the x-axis there, and then I zoom in and look at everything, the blue points are each one away. Okay, the green points are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 away, and the yellow points would be the same distance away too. So since those points are all paired up on opposite sides of that x-axis, this is a reflection over the x-axis. All right, now if you want to, you can write our x-axis. All right, but if you've heard me say this before, we don't need to be extra when we do this stuff. We don't need to do things that are possibly going to cause us to get it wrong. So if I mess this up and I put a capital R, or I mistakenly write y-axis or whatever, I just write R with an X and no axis, I lose credit. And I don't need to do that unless it asks me to. All right, so maybe while you're doing this, you practice it, but when it comes time for a test, if it does not ask you to put it in that notation, don't do it.